medians in there and you can't turn around. See, they were going off the headlights. Coming down.
This is actually kind of big. So then you go this way.
Mm-hmm.
What if the car came from up there?
That's a dead end.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't see a sign.
Yeah, it's a dead end. Or no outlet. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought you could drive into those Linda Lane apartments from their little loop, but you can't.
Mm-mm. So we'll do that. Oh, that's what says no outlet.
Positive Life Radio, KPLLLP, Lewiston at 94.9 FM.
KUCC Clarkston at 88.1 FM.
And streaming every
See, that car could have gone down there.
Yeah.
There's so many places they could go down there.
Yeah. Or come from.
For sure.
I think that's the point. They can't say that's his car. That's,
Well, they can't even discuss.
we know Syray has
They
the
can try to
document.
say that's his car.
Right. Stop.
It's so blind in here.
It's tiny. So if you were going to go on Lauer, you can't make that U-turn.
The other thing is, why would you drive the back way to the house from here?
Is he going to or from? I don't understand.
Well, to go to the house, because that's like a further distance to drive that
Oh,
way
and
than
then
it would
see
be to
that?
drive this way.
There's another thing you can't turn around on.
Like, driving the back way to get to the house is way longer than to drive this way.
And then
I'm kind of wondering
that Linda Lane.
if they're even the same car that comes into the neighborhood at
I
405
think that's
or
the
whatever.
point, that it's not. There's
And
Linda
then they're
Lane.
leaving. I don't even think those are the same car. What the hell did they do to the car?
Fire hydrant. The walkway. See that walkway right up?
It's a big ass apartment too. I thought they were saying there was a walkway behind that little parking area, but I couldn't see one.
It's
You could
that
get up
one.
that way, but that would be tough.
It's that walkway right there, down to the front house. And so they're saying they seen headlights back here.
Yeah.
You can't identify a car by headlights, so.
Oh, it does say no outlet. No outlet, and it goes up this far. It's crazy.
Does it keep going?
It's like it.
the shop that he got on camera here somewhere. I shouldn't say a car.
Yeah. They're claiming.
Well, if I send you the video through YouTube, though, can you shop it from there? Do you need
Yeah.
to turn it? Okay.
I just don't understand how they don't have camera footage from in front of the house.
And
Like the
that's
neighborhood, except for.
That's where Cole lives down there. Or lived.
It's like the
And then
weird thing
see
is.
if you go.
I'm gonna turn it around in a second and go back down there. I wonder if that building is new or they're just remodeling it or something. But there's no cameras that show this road except for Linda Lane, but it's way down there.
Right.
So you couldn't really see anything but headlights anyway.
Right.
So how do we know that they didn't come from this road?
Because none of it makes sense. Make it make sense.
It's pretty sweet they have this big ass field here, though.
But just how tiny everything is. And so there's the walkway.
Yeah.
So they have him. The one
how do
way
you
she
know that?
said they would have to go. They have him going this way, but then the other one's going the other way.
Right. How do they know that this one just drove through and then a car came up this road and turned in? I kind of want to live here though, just because of that field.
So you can go play in the field.
Got basketball hoops, all sorts of stuff.
So there's Lauder. But see how you make it make sense.
They didn't even get any cameras on this road, right?
I don't think so.
They're really just like any white sedan driving through here that night is Brian.
They say yes.
That's crazy. And then you can turn into the neighborhood.
Sunset Mart.
You can turn into the neighborhood on both sides of this gas station.
Yeah. And how does that gas station not have any footage of
Well, they
anything?
do. Because this is the one that has his car driving by.
Oh, the A&W. That's the one they're talking about.
Yeah.
And that was the camera that was behind. Okay. I was like, what does A&W have to do with it? But now I know. Sunset Mart. See, there's medians all over this place. Oh, we're back. Oh.
Let's see if he took a left here. One of these apartments has it on camera.
Yeah.
Dead end. This stuff, there's no way to get out. We're supposed to go over here.
Oh, Ridge. Oh, there.
And then right here is where you can turn and get out without anybody knowing. I'm betting that is before that camera that should have him but doesn't. Because I remember that house in between the two was kind of closer to the house. So that car, that where they have the Elantra coming around, isn't the same car that even goes in that neighborhood.
Right. I think that's why Emma's going to be on the stand. Stairwell right there.
I wonder where it goes. I just want to walk through here someday. I think that's where they're saying Matt Moy lived. That's actually a pretty good sized house, and I think there's a basement.
And then Jack D lived right here.
Really?
I think, right? Isn't that King? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lived. Let's go up and around.
I wonder if that's that car that was just looking at us. You want to go in there?
Yeah. And then we'll go flip around. So there's one, two.
If Jack D lived,
There's that one. He lived right here somewhere.
why wouldn't they just walk over to talk to him then?
Yeah, exactly. See, there's that camera.
Painted these. It's disgusting.
And then see, 13th. That one's the Linda Lane over there.
Yeah.
That's blocked. And that makes
I feel
sense
like
if
we're
someone
driving the wrong way up here.
tried to get in and there was no parking, so they had to go around, come over here and park on this side and walk back. And then they're showing somebody going to that dumpster at an odd hour.
We're like off-roading. I can see why they just fill stuff in up here though, because it'd be a pain to redo the whole road. And there's no way in and out.
See how tiny? You couldn't get two cars through here.
There's a freaking Elantra right here.
Yeah, Elantra. And then this is where one of the frats lived. And I think Jack D 1119. That one where all the roof stuff happens, maybe.
Tis wild. I wonder what that building is for. Those are pretty
Another
big apartments.
Elantra. We gotta remember, it's not color. Those,
Well, that camera isn't, but the black should show up dark on
yeah.
the. They've got a lot of apartments in this place, but there's not a lot of parking. Which I guess would be okay because you're like right across from the campus. But
Yeah, and see, this is the other side of that friggin' hill.
yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we're back.
Well, not only that, but what if the car didn't even take this right? It could have just gone straight.
That's why I think their evidence is shit.
Oh, it's super shit.
Because there's no way to prove that. You can't get a license plate off the car. You can't.
Or you could just turn up to Sunnyside from here.
It could be any Hyundai. Not even an Elantra.
There could be so many cars.
Where are we? Ridge and Sunnyside. Oh,
Anything that's
we're
like
right back
light
again.
colored.
There, I see the house.
Yeah.
Holy crap. We literally just go in circles.
Yep. have gone down these streets and parked. It could have been at a house.
They could have parked anywhere up here and walked down.
Well, that too, but then they wouldn't have the car by the house. Because they're trying to say it's the car.
Well, we already know 112 is not that year. And you can't tell because of the headlights. And even Emil stated that. He cannot identify that car. And they're trying, I think the state's trying to say he did. And that's why Ann said she'll cross-examine him.
Yeah. That's why I don't understand why people are freaking out.
Who was talking about this trial having to move to 2026? I don't get that at all.
AR said that it might happen because Ann hasn't gone through all the discovery yet. But I think she would ask for it, and she hasn't. So it's like she hasn't gone through all the discovery, but I don't think she really needs.
I don't know if she needs any more. She might have what
Like
she
she
needs.
got enough. to
She's
say
got a
Brian
bombshell.
wasn't there.
Yeah, she's got enough to exclude him. And she's already got the alternate suspects and 2 weapons. And still, we don't even know what weapon was used.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Weapons.
What the other weapon is. I'm sure one of them is a knife, not necessarily a K-bar, but
I'm thinking it's a larger. I'm not gonna say as large as a machete, but
I still think it's like a maybe an axe or a hatchet or something.
I heard they cut the back of me and get these flames.
Yeah, there's been that.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
How are you even gonna get to eat them?
Well, see, that's the weird thing, because if Dylan saw Xana where she thought she was passed out, that means the door's open and her body is right next to it. Do you want to go back through again?
It's up to you.
I mean, I can do this all day. I don't have anywhere to
Let's go one more time. A&W, here we are. Sunset Mart. There's just, I think, too many ways to get into that area on foot.
be. Yeah, foot makes way more sense.
Yeah, you can go up Window Lane, hop over, go through the apartments. You can go walk down behind 1119.
This would be a sweet racetrack.
God, right? It's like talk about a bunch of loop-de-loops. Why you be up here? There's no reason to be up here, especially if he's not familiar with the area and he's
Yeah.
just going to a random house. Come on,
This is such the long way around.
you just wouldn't do that.
And they don't even have cameras of anything up front. Why wouldn't you just drive straight there?
Makes no sense. Like, it's a random house, doesn't know the people, but drives up here to go in circles. Like, just no. And then back on the Willenta. And this is where they see those headlights. That doesn't even matter because they don't turn in. Because 112 doesn't get anything going in, just headlights. And you can walk down anywhere right here. That's why I think those runners at 301 make sense to me.
I mean, that could be, but it could be anyone else.
Yeah.
Walking.
But especially if you don't know them and you don't know where you're going. It's just a random. How would you even go panicked.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
If you're doing a random killing, that's the worst house you'd ever go to.
And just because
There's
there's another Elantra.
I spot those things out like fucking crazy now.
Make it make sense.
I can't.
No, there's. Mm-mm. Nope. You're gonna drive from Pullman to that house for no reason at all. Yeah. FBI made this one a doozy.
Yeah, it's like they weren't really trying to investigate. They were trying to make the car fit in.
Yep.
Which is crazy that even the FBI did that shit.